powerful technological breakthrough by Kyiv. Ukrainian engineers have prepared several unpleasant surprises for the Kremlin and the Russian army.
This advanced cruise missile, among other things, also flies at an extremely low altitude, follows the terrain closely, and maintains an exceptionally high, quite high speed. This means it will spend a very limited amount of time within the radar detection zone.
The first Ukrainian-made guided aerial bomb is already fully prepared and ready for combat use against the positions of the occupying forces. Also on the way is a collaborative development project by Ukraine, Germany and the Netherlands. The RUTA missile, which is capable of reaching a strike range of up to 2,000 kilometers. The company Destinus is accelerating the development program for the RUTA 3 unit together with Rheinmetall to scale up the production of European long-range weaponry. How the latest innovations from the Ukrainian defense industry, such as new bombs and missiles, can significantly impact the front line and Russia's deep rear, and more coming up in Arsenal. A year and a half of development, and now in May 2026, the first Ukrainian cruise aerial bomb with a 250-kilogram warhead is ready for use on the front line. The Ukrainian Cub has a unique design and was created with the realities of modern warfare in mind. This is not a copy of Western or Soviet solutions, but an original development by Ukrainian engineers for the effective destruction of fortifications, command posts and other enemy targets dozens of kilometers away. In the early years of the war, guided aerial bombs became one of Russia's most formidable weapons. The Kremlin invested in scaling up production and modernization, which resulted in increased bomb deployment range.
These bombs are being used against us on a truly massive scale. On some days, reports indicated up to 150 bomb drops for 3 Russian meat grinder assaults there. After that, Russian infantry is sent in to be slaughtered, but before that, our fortified positions are hit by Cub strikes. Consequently, as a means of counteraction, we can deliberately and precisely strike back with these same KBs at the locations where Russian assault troops are currently being concentrated and at their forward positions from which they plan to launch their attack, or where they are stockpiling their military equipment and supplies.
The basis of the Ukrainian equalizer's design is the American Mk-82, with the bomb's standard tail assembly retained. The primary distinction compared to models made overseas can be found in the control unit and the price.
The fact that we have successfully developed and created our own winged aerial bomb now allows us to expand strikes deep into Russian territory, targeting their reserves, hitting Russian troops on the front line, destroying their fortified positions, and providing essential support for our counterattacks.
The control unit of the equalizer is reduced in size and, unlike the vast majority of counterparts, be they Turkish, Chinese or Pakistani, which copy the American GDM air bombs, the control aerodynamic surfaces of the Ukrainian bomb are located immediately behind the fixed tail assembly. The second significant difference is the price. According to the manufacturer DG Industry, the Ukrainian guided aerial bomb is 3 times cheaper than its Western counterparts. The bomb can be launched from both Soviet-made Sukhoi aircraft as well as American F-16s and French Mirages. Russian forces have increasingly deployed specialized glide bombs with extended range to keep their highly valuable and expensive aircraft farther from the front line and well out of the reach of Ukrainian air defenses. This is a strategic tactic that Ukraine will likely try to adopt using their own guided glide bombs, especially given its critically limited and dwindling supply of aircraft.
The strategic use of large numbers of munitions allows for highly effective target strikes, because even if the GPS or navigation system is jammed, mass deployment ensures the mission can still hit the target. Even if 1 or 2 bombs are unexpectedly blown off course by a sudden gust of wind, the rest of the group will still reach the designated target area.
For now, while Ukrainian glide bombs will target command posts and the locations of occupying forces near the front line, the RUTA Block 3, a joint development by Ukraine, the Netherlands and Germany, will strike deep into Russia's rear areas.
In principle, if you launch this RUTA Block 3 missile from an aircraft, and its weight allows it to be successfully deployed from a plane, such as a Su-24, then its total operational range reaches as far as the Ural Mountains. That covers over 80% of Russia's entire defense industry and about the same percentage of its critical oil refineries.
Flight tests of the RUTA are scheduled for 2027 in Ukraine. The younger brother of the missile, Block 1, with a shorter range, is already being mass-produced in the Netherlands. Block 2, with a range of up to 700 kilometers and a warhead of 250 kilograms, is undergoing flight tests and will enter mass production in the second half of 2026. According to the Europeans working on the missiles, in the future, RUTA is expected to become the main long-range weapon for all of Europe. The program is intended to transition European long-range strike systems from limited stockpiles to sustainable industrial production. Compared to the Flamingo, the RUTA is a more complex and advanced missile. First of all, unlike the Pink Bird, RUTA's engine is located inside the body, which significantly improves its aerodynamics.
The missile incorporates advanced stealth technology, featuring a specially shaped body very similar to that of the British-French Storm Shadow and the German Taurus missile. Consequently, in its cross-section, it takes the distinct form of a trapezoid. When a radar beam hits the surface of the missile, the beam is reflected upward into the sky rather than back toward the radar station.
In addition to its stealth, RUTA surpasses Flamingo in its internal components and intelligence, which allow the missile to navigate terrain and travel hundreds or even thousands of kilometers at extremely low altitudes.
The biggest problem is the navigation system, which must be independent of GPS. If there's GPS, that's good. If there's no GPS, that's fine too. So if there's no GPS, yes, that shouldn't be a problem. In this missile, this specific guidance principle has already been successfully implemented, much like the technology found in the 10-2 model, where an orientation system is already used. That is to say, the missile either actively scans the ground or utilizes a specialized radar altimeter to check the terrain features beneath it. And this DSMAC system, it is fully implemented in this missile. Consequently, it becomes highly accurate and completely independent of external GPS satellite signals.
Another difference is the launch system. Unlike the Flamingo, which are launched from the ground using special launchers, the RUTA is launched from aircraft. This also affects the price. If the Flamingo, according to experts, costs between $500,000 and $600,000, the RUTA at this stage is estimated at between $1 and $1.5 million. Well, that is all for now. If you enjoyed this, please like this video and don't forget to leave comments about which types of weapons you would like to learn more about in the future.